So yeah, again, my name is Durple, and I'm gonna be reviewing the weapons for Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm gonna go through them one by one, and again, I am an Insect Glaive main. I have used Insect Glaive in Monster Hunter Worlds, Monster Hunter Rise. I have not used any other weapon, but I did use Hammer and Longsword from the old games, Monster Hunter 2G and Monster Hunter Tri. But other than those weapons that I just mentioned, I am completely new to all the other weapons. So keep that in mind. And as well, this is probably a beginner guide if you're a beginner on Monster Hunter Wilds, if you're just new to the series, or you just want to have like a preview if you haven't played all the weapons. Because I'm looking at it for a perspective from someone who haven't used the weapons as well. So I'm gonna be bringing you to my YouTube channel, and I have a compiled playlist with regards to the weapons that I'm using. So we're gonna be starting reviewing the Insect Glaive main. Okay, I mean the Insect Glaive. Okay. So in Monster Hunter Wilds, the main concept of Insect Glaive is that they changed the moveset of Insect Glaive and actually made it a little bit easier to gather extracts. And they added the combos for it as well. So these combos allows you to deal a big loads of amount of damage, and it actually gives you a chance to collect all the extracts while doing the combo. So if you are a fan of Insect Glaive, I think Insect Glaive, if you learn all the things that you can learn as it's shown here on the video, it's actually a very good choice for using it as a weapon in game. Okay. But again, if you're not new to the Insect Glaive, or I mean, if you are new to the Insect Glaive, it is a little bit difficult to understand. It's definitely not recommended to newbies because even though I'm what do you call this one? Even though I'm an Insect Glaive from Monster Hunter World. Hey Chopper, what's up? Chopper20, what's up? What's up? It took a while before I got online again because I got sick, so I'm doing a review of all the weapons now. So yeah, as I was saying, Insect Glaive is actually not a newbie friendly weapon. Actually, not a lot. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. I just got off sickness, so I'm still recovering. But yeah, I'm just following up on a YouTube video about reviewing the weapons. So yeah, Insect Glaive isn't recommended to like newbies. But the main purpose of Insect Glaive is actually a continuous damage, and it actually helps the team prepare like for mounts, which could result into more wounds on the enemy or on the monster itself, which is also shown in this video. I'm gonna show you here. So when you mount the monster, you can mark them as much wounds as you can, as long as you're on top of them. So that's the main purpose of Insect Glaive right here, and you can do a finisher as well on the mounts right here. So it's a very effective weapon, again, for continuous damage, for not a very big burst damage, but burst damage is also good. But it's mainly for opening up wounds and mounting fast on monsters. So that's the main purpose of the Insect Glaive. Again, damage isn't like very, very good, but it is effective enough, okay? So that is for the Insect Glaive, which I use. So now we'll be checking for Hammer. Okay. So Hammer is actually a very beginner friendly weapon. Okay. Hammer actually is one of my first weapons when I'm playing a game, because if I use like the Insect Glaive early on, usually the Kinsects would be very slow, which makes it a little bit hard to gather extracts. So my second weapon of choice is actually a hammer. So a hammer is very simple to use. It is a little bit slow. It is dealing a heavy amount of damage. But the main purpose of hammer is what you see on screen actually. is you focus on the head and you stagger and you make your enemies dizzy. Actually, you stun them. Okay, you stun lock the enemies. That's the main purpose of the hammer, which gives your allies or gives other hunters the opportunity to focus on attacking and damaging. The hammer is also good at destroying parts, especially blunt parts. It's not good for cutting tails or something, but it is good for breaking heads and breaking parts of the monsters that it can reach. The main problem, I think, with the hammer is that it's a little bit slow compared to, other weapons that are very versatile. But again, it's a beginner-friendly weapon, and I think that it's actually good for, for new players that would like to try out the game. I would highly recommend using the hammer as well. So all the weapons have good finishers right here, as you saw on screen. And yeah, I would recommend the hammer for, people that, want to stun lock the enemy, wants to help your team like focus on dealing damage while focusing on one part of the monster by yourself. So mainly hammers focus on the head of the monster. So again, it's a good weapon, and I recommend it for newbies. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go to now the hunting horn. Oh, and yeah, for the hammer as well. Sorry about that one. I'm gonna mute it here. Okay, and for the hammer as well, I'd want to add that there are multiple combos which would take time for you to charge on. So you can use the hammer to attack fast. You can attack it, well, not fast, well, continuously. But using the charge attacks would maximize the potential of the hammer. So you can see right here, every time I get an opportunity, I charge the hammer and I whack it on the monster's face or arm. Okay, so that's how I use the hammer. There's probably a more effective way to use the hammer in Monster Hunter Wilds, but being like a newbie for the game, and I didn't study the weapons, like most of you will, you'll skip the tutorial on how to use the weapons. You will be using it the way that I'm using it, okay? So yeah, you would just neutralize monsters with that attack on the face. So yeah, I think the next weapon after hammer is the hunting horn. Yo, what up, what up? Adart! Weapon reviews, yes. Actually, now I am going to review the hunting horn. Okay, again, I'm going into this like with no past experience from the hunting horn. Okay, actually, if you watch my video on YouTube, Astral is actually teaching me how to use the hunting horn while I was playing the game. Oh, and by the way, for the people on stream, I'm sorry it took a while. I was sick for the past few days. Actually, I'm still sick now, but I really want to make the video, and I am feeling a lot better. So yeah, thank you Adart, and thank you Chopper for passing by. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I am inexperienced with using the hunting horn, but after just a few attempts, when Astral was teaching me how to use it, actually hunting horn has good damage. It can do a lot of damage because of the AoE attacks. Once you set up the bubbles right here, you can see it on screen now. And it does have blunt damage, which can also like stun the enemy like the hammer. The main problem with the hunting horn is that it needs a lot of like focus. Because if you're a player that's, too distracted on doing something while fighting the monster, you will have a hard time using the hunting horn. But if you are like a passive player who just wants to give buffs to your friends, to your fellow hunters, it is a very good weapon. It does deal a lot of damage, but if you focus on using it for damage, it will take some time to get used to. So as you can see here, it does do a fair amount of damage. And it can do this one. So even if the monster runs away, as long as you hit it with your focus attack on the wound, it will stun lock, not stun lock, but it will hurt the monster even if it's running away. So yeah, again, the hunting horn deals very good damage, actually good AoE, set it up right, but it is difficult to use, and it will take a lot of time to get used to. Again, yeah, hammer and hunting horn almost has the same damage output when it comes to just hitting. But when you're using the notes, when you're using the hunting horn, it will deal a lot of damage. You can actually set up around 3 bubbles, if I remember correctly, around the enemy. So these are the bubbles. I'll show you where my character... Okay, these are the bubbles. You'll see the character dancing around. Yeah, it does seem interesting. Yeah, okay, you see the bubbles there. It does seem interesting, but it needs a lot of focus. That's why even me, I'm actually I really had fun using the hunting horn, but I find it difficult, especially when fighting large monsters that are fast, okay? Well, small monsters that are fast, because they would just jump around you, so they would avoid the bubbles. But you can see it here while I'm fighting the Raidao using it. Again, so this is my first time using the hunting horn, but we were able to fight Raidao properly with it. But as you can see, when I'm fighting Raidao, I'm not using the bubbles as much because it's very hard to keep him in one place. So I'll place the bubble right there, and I got hit by Raidao. So I could die just by placing the bubbles. So again, hunting horn, good weapon, very good damage, but it's a little bit difficult to use, and if you are planning to use it for damage, it will take time for you to set it up and, you know, be actually good at it. So that is the hunting horn. So let me go back here for a sec. So we reviewed now the insect glaive, the hammer, the hunting horn, the charge blade. Okay. So I'm gonna use the second video that I have for the charge blade. The reason why I am choosing my second video for the charge blade is because the charge blade is one of my friend's favorite weapon. This is actually the favorite weapon of what do you call this one? Astral. Okay. The charge blade, I believe, especially for me, who doesn't have any experience with the charge blade, it's the most difficult weapon to master, because not only do you have to take note of the vials right here, you have to take note which part of the weapon is charged up. I don't even know how to charge up the shield, or no, I think I know how to charge up the small blade though, but I know how to charge up the the axe drill or something, I don't know. But yeah, if you're new to Monster Hunter and you don't have time to like study weapons, I don't recommend the charge blade. But if you want to be very skilled, you want to do a lot of damage, and you want to be very versatile, study the charge blade. Actually, if I have the chance to be very good at a weapon, I would use charge blade just because of the damage output that it can put out if you use the vials correctly. It's very strong. I'm gonna show you how strong it is when you're using it at wounds here on the video. Hopefully I would attack the wounds here, but I think I need to charge the axe though. I forgot the name of the axe. I want to show you how it does damage using the axe though. But yeah, the charge blade is very strong. Okay, let me just wait for it to attack a wound. I can't find a part of the video that I'm attacking a wound, because if you use it to attack the wound, it actually becomes like a chainsaw or something. It's like an axe head with a chainsaw at the end. I forgot what it's called, but it's very strong. Okay. Again, the good thing about the charge blade is that the damage output of the third weapon is very strong. It's very versatile. You can use like a sword and shield. You can use the shield part, and you can use the savage axe, I believe that's what it's called. It does a lot of damage, but it does need a bit of skill, well, a lot of skill actually, to master. I find it more difficult to use compared to the, what's the name of this one? To the hunting horn, and to the insect glaive actually. You see, I died there. And also, one of the reasons why it's very difficult to use as well is that your speed changes when using the charge blade. So when you're using it as a sword and shield type, you're a little bit fast, but when you use it like as the great axe or something, like the savage axe, it will slow you down. So you have to get used to the transition as well. I want to show you guys how big the damage it deals when you actually hit a wound. So I'm just trying to check where I can see a wound here. I think I'm not focused on attacking the wound because it does take time to charge up. Yo, the people behind the animation team of this weapon. Exactly. Dude, I want to learn. Actually, when I was, if you watch like my videos on YouTube, one of the weapons that I really want to study is the charge blade, and I really want to get good at it. But man, it's so difficult to use. I end up dying using attacking or fighting the mad dog. And Ad Art was right about this one. The people behind the animation of this thing. They pull a lot of things. They love this weapon. And I believe the charge blade... Yo, Astral, what's up? Astral, I just finished reviewing your favorite weapon. I'm not recommending it to noobs. So yeah, Astral, you can see him on chat right now. He's actually the one who's teaching me how to use the hunting horn and the charge blade. And again, if you're new to the weapon, I don't recommend it because you need a lot of time to study it. But once you get good at it, man, it's gonna be very good. The damage output, especially of the Savage Axe, is very good. I think I spent a lot of time reviewing the Charge Blade because it's that good, guys. Again, I don't recommend it to newbies, but if you want to, you know, learn a very good weapon, a very versatile weapon, actually use the Charge Blade, okay? You have a sword and shield and like a great sword with like, I don't know, a chainsaw at the end of it. I think that's the best way to describe it. So the next weapon actually, after the Charge Blade, is actually the gun lance. Okay, this weapon actually is one of my favorite weapons to use because a gun lance is not only easy to use, you also have the shield and you can shoot things with it. It's very simple to use, okay? I recommend if you want to use the lance or the gun lance, it's very noob friendly. There is a little difficulty using the gun lance though, because you should know how to count your bullets. You should keep track of how to use the bullets and how to use the charge attack. Oh wait, a friend of mine said he went through playing World with Charge Blade not knowing why sometimes his attack bounces. Yeah, oh by the way, using the Charge Blade, if your blade is like red, because a Charge Blade has multiple like he has one sharpness for the blade and one sharpness for like the weapon itself. So if the blade turns red, you need to like press R2 circle. I don't know what it does. I think it adds files or something. I don't know, Astral. Explain to the people. But yeah, it's very difficult to... I find it very difficult to use the Charge Blade. But yeah, there's a lot of nuance that you have to understand when you're using the Charge Blade. So when you're using the gun lance here, you can see that I find it very easy to use the gun lance. You can see it in game. I will receive some damage though, but I will just run away, drink a potion, then attack again. And usually you can attack using the blade itself by using triangle, or you can shoot the monster using circle. And you can use the charge attack by pressing triangle circle together. I hope I do an attack here where I use the charge itself. Okay, it exchanges kinetic energy into vials. Okay, that's what Astral Blue said with regards to the Charge Blade. Thank you, Astral, for that one. The people on YouTube appreciate it. So again, if you're a newbie and you want a badass weapon, study Actually, use the gun lance. I'm very sure that the gun lance is a good weapon for you, especially if you're new to the game and you want a defensive weapon, but also shoots the monsters up. So I would recommend the gun lance. I don't have anything more to say than the gun lance other than it's cool. It's literally a gun attached to a lance. What more can you want? So yeah, that is the gun lance. I want to show you the charge attack though. Let me just check where I use the charge attack. I think I used the charge attack early on here. When I first started the mission, I used the gun lance. Okay. Oh, I mean, I used the charge attack. I just want to show you how cool it is. The charge attack, I mean. It does take time. It does take time for it to charge up before it shoots like the big weapon. You have two bullets here for the charge attack. Two big bullets. Or I think it's this one. I don't know. But even though it's good. Let me just check here. There are some rumors that when they interviewed Capcom if they're gonna add a new weapon. No comment. Yeah, actually, we don't know if they're going to add a new weapon on Monster Hunter Wilds on release. A lot of people are hoping that they would add a new weapon because the last weapon that we received is actually the Charge Blade. Your weapon, Astral. That Switch Axe and the Charge Blade. I think because they had a ton of things that they have to keep in mind when making a new weapon. Okay, this is the charge attack, guys. Oh, okay. You see it does a ton of damage. Yeah, and it consumes one shell here. Yeah, Charge Blade and Insect Glaive. Yeah, both of our weapons, actually. So, again, and I finished reviewing Insect Glaive. Insect Glaive is a difficult weapon to master, but if you get used to it, it's good. It deals amount of damage and, you know, it adds wounds when you climb over the monster. So that is the gun lance here, and we're gonna go to the next video. What is the next video? Bow. Okay. So now we're going to move on with the bow. They do have two other weapons from Frontier Z, but yeah, it's like I don't know what it's called, but it's like a dual blades, but it's not a dual blades. It's like for fists or something. And there's another one. It's like a shield type thingy. Yeah, it's also good weapons. So you'll see here that I'm using bow. One of the reasons. Oh, and you can see the name of Astral there. I was joining their queue. So Astral is here with me. I believe. Laughing Panda will join us too here. I'm not sure. But yeah, this was the hunt that Astral was with me. It's called Magnetic something. Yeah, the second weapon from Frontier Z. So now the bow. The bow actually has a lot of new improvements that they added in game. If you are a bow user, I think you would enjoy Wilds. But if you're new to Monster Hunter Wilds, if you're new to using the bow, it is a little difficult to use. The difficulty, like, it's not a Charge Blade difficulty. And it's not as easy as Gun Lance 2. I think it's comparable to a Switch Axe. Yeah, I think that's the best way to describe it. The difficulty to master the moves and to master the combos is like using the Switch Axe. It's not very complicated, but it takes a while to get used to. And the damage it deals is actually good, but for all the weapons, compared to all the weapons, it deals the most amount of damage when using the weapon for wounds. I think bow now is supposed to be close combat now. Yeah, it deals more damage when you're near the monster. If you go farther, it deals less damage, which we are not doing. Yeah, which we're not doing here because this hunt took us a big chunk of time. I was doing this hunt with Astral with the bow, and it took us around 20 minutes to kill this monster. 20 to 24 minutes, if I remember correctly. But again, it does have a neat trick here that when you attach a tracer arrow, all your arrows will will go to that direction. It's like a guiding missile going to the monster's face or wherever you put the tracing arrow. Yeah, the perfect evade. Also, the bow has a new skill, which is called perfect evade. So when you dodge the monster's attack, it perfectly evades and it refills up your stamina to the full length, the yellow bar here. So that's very good because every time you shoot an arrow, your actually gets consumed right here. You can see the stamina consumption right here. Every time I shoot an arrow, stamina is consumed. So if you're shooting like continuously an absurd amount of arrows, you will eventually run out of stamina to shoot the bow. So that's one of the caveats when using the bow. Again, the bow has the most amount of damage when it comes to like closing wounds. I want to show where I did it. Yeah, just give me a short amount of time. But oh, I think it's at the start of the video. I will show you how it closes the wounds and how good it is, because it's so strong when you do it, when it does that. I'm gonna show you the burst that it has. Sorry, my internet is a little bit slow. Okay, here. So again, I highly recommend using the bow when you're going to close multiple wounds, not one wound, multiple wounds. So here, you see there's a wound here from the monster, and if you mark it like that and you wait for the three, I don't know, signifiers here or something. Okay, wait a minute. I think my stream just lagged. So yeah, what's happening to my internet? My internet is good though. Let me just continue explaining on YouTube. So once you charge it like this one, okay, if you have multiple wounds, this trigger right here would show up in all of those wounds. And when you charge it up to 3, so the longer you hold on to the bow, the longer it adds charges to that wound. And once it reached 3 charges, it will shoot up 3 arrows to 1 wound. And you will charge attack on that wound as well to close it up. So it does deal an absurd amount of damage actually. It deals an absurd amount of damage, and that's why I highly recommend using the bow when fighting monsters as well with wounds. I don't, however, recommend using the bow if you're going solo on a hunt, not unless you're used in using the bow, because the bow is a little bit difficult to use mainly as a damage output. It will take some time for you to get used to using the bow. I'm so sorry. I think my stream is lagging for a bit. Oh no, the stream is okay. So yeah, it's on my end. Stream is actually good. It's just my phone that's lagging. Okay. So yeah, that is my bow review. And actually, again, I'm telling you, the bow is a very good weapon. But I advise using the bow if you're good enough, and you have other hunters to help you make those wounds. If you're going solo, it will take a little bit time to decimate the monster, or to defeat the monster, or to kill the monster, okay? So yeah, that is the bow. Now after the bow, lance, okay. This is also like a very, very good weapon. I love this weapon. Have you reviewed the buzz axe thing? Not yet. The switch axe. Yeah, I'm going to review it here as well. I think the switch axe comes after... it's like the third to the last weapon that I will review. Third or fourth to the last weapon. Now I'm reviewing the lance. I will review it right after, so that I can give my review while you're here, Chopper. Don't worry. Right after lance, I'll review it for you. Okay. So right now, sorry, the quality is a little bit down. I'm gonna increase it so that you would see it clearly. Okay. So one of the weapons that I loved using is the lance and the sword and shield, because they can decimate any monster slowly but surely, okay? Because you can... No problem, Chopper. I got you, man. So, for example, this one... I love that, okay? If you're using any other weapon that can't block, that would one-hit you immediately, okay? But using the lance, man, I'm not afraid of any attack that Ray Dao is doing. So this applies to any monster. This is actually the weapon used by AdArt. Big shout out to AdArt because he loves using this weapon. So yeah, the lance is a highly defensive weapon. It gives combos, it gives quick stabs. You can get in close and personal with the monster without worrying about its attacks. Its reach is enormous for a melee weapon. And the damage is actually good. You see that one? I just want to show you guys that one. That's the main highlight of the lance, okay? You can do that with the lance and the sword and shield and other weapons that can block. But the lance and the sword and shield, I think, is the most effective when blocking like AoE or big attacks. I want to give a longer review with the lance, but I think that's the main purpose of the lance. You can use your shield as well. I think you can charge your shield. I saw AdArt charging his shield as well. So you can do like a big damage using your shield, I guess, or by charging. Yeah, you can tank Ray Dao. Imagine that one. You see, AdArt saw that I'm giving a review for... You can tank Ray Dao with it. Come on, guys. That's enough. Mind you, this is my first time using Lance. I haven't used Lance since forever. The last time I used Lance is in Monster Hunter 1 because I had to fight a Bullfango. I was so bad at Monster Hunter 1 that I need to use a Lance for a Bullfango. Come on. But here, yeah, I'm fighting Ray Dao with a Lance on the first try. And this is actually very good. I think we only killed Ray Dao here. I mean, we killed Ray Dao a bunch of times using different weapons. But I think using the Lance, I only fought Ray Dao. Lance in Wilds have huge improvements with focus mode. Exactly. Yeah, so if... what do you call this one? If you love using Lance in Worlds, you will love using Lance in Wilds as well. Because you can focus your attacks as well on destroying parts of the monsters, on making wounds and stuff. It's very good, actually. Lance is very good. The stabby pointy stick. So as per special request, we are going to review what's the name of this one? Switch Axe. Okay. And again, I used Switch Axe for the first time and we fought Ray Dao with it as well. Yeah, you can change direction mid-combo as well. Thank you, AdArt, for adding that one for the Lance review. Lance is actually a very good weapon. Again, I enjoyed using Lance. I enjoyed using Sword and Shield. Not because like they're the best weapons in terms of damage, but they are the best defensive weapons. And I'm like a very big fan of defensive playstyle in Monster Hunter. So much that even my Insect Glaive, even though Insect Glaive is should be used for offense, I mainly build a tank build using my Insect Glaive to minimize the amount of times that I'm drinking potion. So I just use the extracts to gain as much damage as possible. Okay. So now we are... I'm showing you Switch Axe. So when you watch my Switch Axe review or my Switch Axe video on YouTube, you'll see that the title is Switch Axe versus Ray Dao, easier version of Charge Blade. Okay. So I believe that it's the easier version of Charge Blade is because it also transforms like the Charge Blade. Oh my gosh, my internet is lagging. I need to show you guys the gameplay. So while my internet is recovering from the slow speed, which is from the Nether Realms, I'm gonna use 360. I'm sorry about this one, guys. Okay, at least it's continuous, okay? So why I said that the Switch Axe is a little bit, you know, well, it's a lot like the Charge Blade, but it's an easier version. Is that because it also transforms and it also has like massive damage, but its damage is not as big as Charge Blade. Okay, you do have to learn the techniques when using the Switch Axe. And again, this came from a hunter that had no experience for Switch Axe. Astral Sky also uses the Switch Axe for speedruns. So yeah, he's good. And the Switch Axe is also my best friend, my best friend's choice in Monster Hunter Rise. Okay, so Switch Axe has two main what do you call this one? Two main modes. It's from the blade and the axe. Okay, so the blade is like a great sword or a long sword. I think it's more comparable to a long sword because it's fast. So you'll see it here. So I switch. Okay, I'm gonna switch to a sword right here. So technically, you use the sword to gather charges here, and once the charge is big enough, you change it to an axe to deal also like a charge damage or something. There's an offset and skill dodge that I don't know about in Switch Axe, man. Okay, they added like more moves there, and again, a same caveat that I told you guys. There are more movesets from what you're seeing on screen right now, but I didn't learn it because I'm only using the weapons as a newbie. But even as a newbie, we were able to defeat the Raidao using the Switch Axe and with the help of our friend Chuckles and Adart, which are all here on chat. Yeah, so thank you guys for being here. So yeah, what do you call this one? The Switch Axe is actually a very good weapon. It's very versatile. It deals tons of damage, and you can actually charge attack. I'm hoping to show you guys at least one charge attack here. You can use a charge attack which burns through the life of the enemy as well. It does take a while to get used to it on how to use it, but it is worth it. Again, it's not a very noob friendly weapon. If your main focus like is dealing heavy damage, or dealing a controlled amount of damage with like bursts of heavy damage, I highly recommend it. Yeah, there's also no shield in Sword Axe. Saw Axe abilities. Yeah, there's no sword shield like the other one. So mainly it's just like I can't say it's a great sword. It's like comparable more on a long sword because it moves a little bit fast. But the main damage dealer is the axe version right here. You can see it on screen. And you can like do side swipes and you can do the charge attack. I'm still waiting for the charge attack though. Why am I not doing it? Okay, I'll do it in a second here. Oh, I think, yeah, this is the charge attack. This is done by Astral, you see? Okay. So that charge attack deals a lot of damage as well. It does take a while to charge up the weapon and attack the enemy, attack the monster freely. Oh, and you can climb up to the enemy to do that attack right there. The one you saw on screen. So Switch Axe again requires a bit of like... Yo! Sith Lord, what's up? Thank you for the raid. I need to shout out Sith Lord right here. Shout out. Sith Lord. Yo, what's up? What's up? Did I do it right? No, I don't think I did it right. But shout out to Sith Lord right here. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. And for the guys on the raid, welcome to my channel. I'm actually making reviews for the weapons and Monster Hunter Wilds while showing my gameplay right here on YouTube. Thank you, Sith Lord, and I hope everyone is having a good time. Thank you for passing by the stream. Just done playing, so Phasmophobia, I need some rest. Wait. Okay. Wait. I need some rest, so have a great stream. Thank you, Sith Lord. I really appreciate it. Actually, I've been sick for the past few days, so I haven't been streaming for a while, but I really appreciate it. I also pass by your streams. Sometimes I don't message that I lurk because I'm just too tired when I was like when I was sick this past few days. But thank you so much, Sith Lord. I hope you have a good rest. Yeah. Take some rest. No, thank you. I appreciate it. I am feeling a little bit better. I'm still trying to control my voice because if I talk too loudly, it might hurt again. If I cough and or I sneeze, my body hurts like hell. But really, thank you, and I hope you guys who were with the raid, I hope you enjoy my content. This is Monster Hunter Wilds again, and right now I am reviewing the Switch Axe. So again, for the people watching on YouTube, Switch Axe is mildly recommended. It does use a lot of skill to get used to, but you will enjoy using it. It's fun to use. You can change weapons like with a press of a button, but you will get slower when you use the good weapon, the big weapon. Thank you again, Sith Lord. A big shout out to you. I don't know how to do shout outs though. How do I do shout outs? Let me just... I hope this works. I did the oh, I think it's like this one. Did I do it properly? Okay, but shout out to Sith Lord. Sorry about that one. I don't know how to do shout outs. But thank you for the people on the raid. So yeah, you can see me use here Switch Axe, which is again a good weapon, a little bit challenging to use, but it is fun to use. One of the fun weapons that I did use is the Switch Axe. It's like an easier version of the Charge Blade. Bye, Sith Lord. I hope you have an amazing rest. Take care. I really appreciate the raid. Thank you so much. I'll raid you back when you're streaming and I'm about to go out. Sorry, my stream is lagging for a bit, but not too much. It's yellow here on my end. So yeah, that has been the Switch Axe. Let us move on to Sword and Shield. Okay. Sword and Shield again is also one of my favorite weapons to use. You will see in a while why I love using the Switch Axe. Let me just no, I mean the Sword and Shield. I love using the Sword and Shield. It's just lagging for a bit now. Sorry guys. Oh, the internet is dropping again. I think I just need to restart the stream. Give me a second, guys. So for the people on YouTube, sorry for that one. I just need to restart my stream for a bit. Because the connection of the stream is laggy. Okay, the stream code is not working properly. Just start stream here. Okay, welcome back guys to the stream. I'm sorry about that one. I hope everything is okay now. The frame rate is still dropping though. What's happening to my internet? I just started streaming again. Is it because of YouTube? Because I'm opening YouTube up. Let me just close this one. I'm sorry about the delay, guys. For the people watching on YouTube, you can just skip on when I review the Sword and Shield. Okay, the stream is continuing. I need to increase this one. For new ISP for Durple, thank you. I hope we can do that, guys. I'm so sorry for the stream. I feel bad. Yeah, the internet service provider here is not that good. Okay, but now I think it's a little bit okay. Hopefully. I love you guys. This is why I love this community. Every time I fuck up on screen, they just, you know, they always cheer me up. They always cheer me up and, you know, make the stream lighter even though my internet sucks. So yeah, I'm gonna continue here, especially for the guys on YouTube as well. Just skip to this part. So yeah, the sword and shield is actually a very good weapon to use as well. I remember having 2 Mbps. You can stream on 2 Mbps, man. That's wild. That's worse. I can't imagine streaming on 2 Mbps, man. But I think that's what I'm experiencing right now. Okay. So, using the sword and shield right here, you can see that you can sword and shield can block faster than any other weapon in game. And it has the best blocking controls as well. And it has the best blocking abilities from my experience so far, because you can attack fast and you can block fast as well. There's no fiber before. Oh, the one before you having the fiber. Okay, now I understand. I used to watch YouTube videos on 2 Mbps, so I would load the video up 30 minutes before I watch it. I remember that one. So yeah, sorry guys. So sword and shield is actually a very good weapon. You can see that I am having like an easy time fighting Raidao. The only time that I have it, I find it difficult to use the sword and shield is when the enemy accidentally hits you because you thought that you can block the move, but it attacks you from behind. Or it hits you from behind. That's the only time that I have difficulties using the sword and shield. But as you can see here, all his attacks I can block instantly. You see that one? I'm not afraid of Raidao, same as when I was using the lance. So Raidao is a difficult monster to fight, but using the sword and shield, it like trivializes the fight. So again, it's very noob friendly. The sword and shield is very noob friendly. I love using the sword and shield. And I recommend like using the sword and shield, especially if you're new to the game. Because I think you will enjoy the game if you use sword and shield, and you will learn more enough the monster about his attack patterns, and you will be a little bit safe when using it. You wouldn't die as much when you're using the sword and shield. So yeah, that is again, you can see how it defends against the attacks of Raidao right there. It does have like good combos as well, and I'm gonna show you like the end of the video here. Oh, I think it's around here. It does have a lot of good combos as well, the sword and shield. Aside of just like slashing through the monster while blocking its attacks. It also has like good combos because you can use the shield actually to stun the monster. It will take time though, unlike when using a hammer. But when you use your shield like enough times, you can actually stun the monster. Why is this? Okay, I think the stream is okay now. It's green here, so most likely it's just my phone again. I will be opening my stream here because I can't read the chat. So yeah, again, I'm not afraid of like fighting Raidao here. You see there, that attack itself. So I did like the last hit for Raidao right there. I need to clip that actually. So yeah, again, using the sword and shield is actually the best newbie weapon. I believe sword and shield is still the best newbie weapon. You can attack freely, you can attack fast, you can move fast. You wouldn't be stun locked every time you fight the monster. You can block almost all of the attacks, and you can use your items while holding the weapon. You don't have to unsheath the weapon in order to use items. So that's actually a big plus, especially if you're a newbie. So yeah, again, let me just check my stream. My stream is active, right? But I can't see chat. Look at Astral go. Sorry, it took time for me to open up the messages. I am trying to fix stream right now. But yeah, the internet is lagging. I don't know why. But yeah, so that is the review for the Sword and Shield. The Sword and Shield is actually a very good weapon again. It's very noob friendly. I love using it. It's fast, it's versatile, you can stun the monster. It gives you like a good estimate of the game. It allows you to play the game without worrying too much about having the skill level to, you know, play the game itself. As long as you know how to block, you can hold block and you can attack while blocking like the lance. So again, the lance and the Sword and Shield is a very good newbie friendly weapon on Wilds. Why is my stream not showing up on my phone? I'll be opening my stream on my other phone. Sorry guys if you're chatting and I can't read chat. I will be opening it up. I will be opening up my stream on my other phone. And it's also not showing. What the hell? Did I just shadow ban myself from watching? You know how bad that would be if you got shadow banned from watching your own stream? That would be so bad. What's happening? Okay, guys, I might... the stream like keeps shooting up. Let me just exit Chrome first and see if it increases like my internet stability here. Hopefully it will. Okay, it did. Baby Chrome is eating up a lot of my internet, like it usually does. So it's been 52 minutes. I don't know. Yeah, it's actually more stable now when I closed Chrome. When I close YouTube. Let me just double check. Yeah, whenever I open YouTube or whenever I open Chrome, it just sucks the internet right up. Let me just put this one on stream right here. Sorry guys if I can't interact with you, but I think the stream is okay now. Hopefully. Everything is in green here from my side. So yeah, so far we reviewed like a lot of weapons already. I did review the insect glaive, the hammer, the bow, the charge blade, the switch axe, the... Did I say insect glaive already? Because I'm not following a list, I'm just going through the playlist that I have on my YouTube. Okay. I just hope stream will be back. Okay, I can see the chat again. Finally. I hate this one. Okay, chat is okay again. Let me just wait for the stream to become continuous right here. Man, I feel bad for the stream. Why is the stream lagging on my phone though? Okay, now it's good. A little bit good. It's running a little bit better on my phone. It's a little bit delayed though. But okay, it's a lot better. Let me just try opening up YouTube right here, so that we can go back and reviewing like weapons. Let's go back to YouTube Studio here. Sorry about that one, guys. Sorry for the shitty internet. Okay, let's just edit this on YouTube. So we will be continuing reviewing weapons. So now we finished sword and shield. So we will go to actually the longsword. Let me just exit this one. Okay. The stream seems okay. But yeah, the YouTube app sucks. I mean, the YouTube on the browser sucks. Can you guys like recommend a different browser for me to use when doing these types of things? It's 5G. Okay. Hopefully it's better now. I'm just spending more time now fixing my shit. I'm sorry about this one, guys. I need to fix my internet service provider as well. But yeah, stream seems okay. I think it's my phone. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But, you know, I will continue like reviewing this one, especially for YouTube, because the YouTube recording is running. So for the longsword, okay. So for the longsword, I think because when I was using the longsword, I had, I think Astral teach me as well what to do or how to use the longsword. So it did take some time for me to get used to like the new moves, because the last time I used longsword was like on try. You can still charge up your weapon as well. You can still do the combos. And I did use longsword for a little bit on Monster Hunter World and Rise. But, you know, I did not know how to use like the atomic slash or anything. Anything that, you know, is very good. What makes the longsword like a longsword. But also like longsword is a very good newbie friendly weapon. I can say that. Because when using the longsword actually, you would get enough DPS, and your character is also like very light on his feet, so you can dodge attacks easily, and even while attacking you can like move your character around easily. They added like this technique to all the weapons, but on longsword it's more efficient. I believe I can say that it's more efficient, and I believe that the longsword is actually one of the best weapons in game when it comes to dealing damage. The skill level for the longsword is not actually high, but if you want to get very good in the longsword, it will take time for you to get good with the longsword. Maybe 2 or 3 hunts or 4 hunts before you get used to it, especially when you're maximizing on filling up the gauge bar right here. You can see on the upper left the red one. So the higher your gauge bar is, the more damage you'll be dealing to the monster. And it's actually very good. Longsword is my weapon of choice when I started playing Monster Hunter back in 2G. And actually, if I didn't study like any other weapon, I wouldn't leave the longsword as well. I stopped using longsword in Monster Hunter World because I didn't have the capacity to like study the new moves. But if you enjoy using the longsword, like studying the new moves, it's actually a very good weapon. So yeah, that's the longsword itself right there. I'm gonna make a separate video on YouTube. I'm just gonna stop the recording on YouTube here because it's been 1 hour. I am gonna be making a separate video for the longsword again, because, you know, my stream got fucked up. So that I will just list down all the weapons that I reviewed. So thank you guys. I'm gonna make a part 2 of this weapon review series.